Hey guys, Joe here with ECRM, and I'm with Ian from Respario, and we're at our pharmacy technology, services, supplies, and automation session. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little bit about your company and the technologies that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. So we own and operate a company called Pharmacy Health Network, which is a place-based digital signage and digital marketing platform that we install into independent retail pharmacies and chain pharmacies. We stream health and wellness content to those screens, and we have an advertising component. So we've got several different legs of our stool. Part of it is managing condition or health and wellness through our media platform.
Okay.
And then we have ads from national brands such as AstraZeneca, Merck, Johnson & Johnson. And we also have the third leg in our stool, which is our retail partners. And we have a great solution for our retail partners on our flat screens that are installed into the pharmacy locations, where they're able to affect the content for something that's very specific for their patients and their customers within their pharmacy locations.
Gotcha. So speaking of the content, can you give us an example of the types of content and how that might vary from like one retailer group to another?
Absolutely. So we have a national feed of content. So we own and operate our own content production company. So we create health and wellness content against an editorial calendar. Typical editorial calendar, November is National Diabetes Month, February is Heart Health Month. And then we work with companies such as the Mayo Clinic, and we program more clinical content. So what we're doing is we're helping patients with the adherence challenges and the pharmacies with adherence challenges, to be able to talk to the customers and the patients within their pharmacies about why they should stay on their medication, why they should exercise, why they should diet to manage a condition such as diabetes, for example. The other content aspects are national ads for brands that you may see on TV or products that may be sold within the store. But what we do is we get very granular with our content also, and we work with our retail partners about the private label products that are available in their store, or the services that they provide within their pharmacy, such as MedSync or adherence messaging, blood pressure clinics, vaccines, that type of initiative. So it's really this whole ecosystem of content that we provide onto the screens. It's a total turnkey package. So we know that pharmacy owners in the independent community pharmacy space, even some of the larger chains, they may want to spin up something like a digital signage platform within their stores. We take care of all of the back end of those systems for them, everything from the hardware and the software and the content aspects.
Gotcha. So tell me about your installed base. What type of retailers are using them, and how are they using it?
Absolutely. So we're in approximately 1,200 locations throughout the United States right now with our solution. It's a good mix of both independents and chain pharmacies. Everything from a 350 square foot independent pharmacy to a 20,000 square foot chain.
Okay.
So we have a very distinct approach when we go into that pharmacy, and it's not an all or nothing or off the shelf solution. We work very closely with our retail partners on where we install the solution, how it's installed, and most importantly, where the most viewership is going to be within that location.
And advertisers like that.
And the advertisers absolutely like that.
Okay. And you have a variety of different platforms that they could use, correct?
Absolutely. So we're working on some initiatives going into 2019 that are not only our passive digital signage, which is made up of 32 and 42-inch flat screen monitors that are installed. We also have touchscreen applications, so interactivity. So we've got modules for cough, cold, digestive health.
So they can drill down.
So they can drill down. So a customer, patient comes in, they're not sure what product to buy or what family of product to buy. We can get them down to a product or a suite of products by asking them 3 to 5 questions, and then it displays that content for them at the shelf. We're also engaging in a third-party application for mobile solutions, so be able to geofence customers within the pharmacy, outside the pharmacy at a competitor, at a healthcare provider through in-app solutions on the top 300 apps that are in the marketplace on iOS and Android.
So it's a nice way to engage them all around their visit and then in the context of a visit.
Absolutely. Before the visit, during the visit, and after the visit.
Cool. That's really cool. And so now you've been coming to ECRM for a while. As a buyer in the past too, right?
Absolutely. So I was a buyer, and now I'm a seller. And I was sold on this platform when we began working on this network to be able to have that community of retailers to be able to talk to. And ECRM is just a great format for us because we get really a high level engagement. We know that we're going to see qualified leads within our 20 minutes. We can pitch those customers very quickly and understand if they're a qualified buyer, if they're interested in our solutions, and then we can do the follow-up. So the cost of entry for us is really almost a no-brainer to come to ECRM. We saw 46 retailers the last 2 days.
That's awesome. That's great.
And to be able to see that many, and we're a very fairly small firm, so for us to have a lot of outbound sales on a consistent basis, it's a little bit more difficult. So this is just a great forum to see a lot of people all the time.
We were talking to Katie
Katie,
earlier from Value Merchandisers. So she mentioned you're a preferred vendor now, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. We became a preferred vendor, and that really sprung from a 20-minute meeting last November. And we've had a relationship with Value Merchandisers ever since, and then have gone to some of their events. And
as a preferred vendor, you've gotten into some of their retailers.
So we're in some of their retailers, and we continue to penetrate a lot of their retailers that they have under their umbrella.
Great. Well, what's next? What do you got coming down the pike?
So things
that you can talk about.
Some things I can talk about, some things I can't. So we continue to look at what the latest technology platforms are. And we see the technology platforms as nothing more than the vehicle to get our content right to the end user. But as the cost of technology comes down and the expansion of platforms that we utilize, we're able to do more and more effective content. That's why we're adding things like mobile. We've got some things coming online with all of our technology with beaconing. So we're going to be able to do some more mobile messaging directly in the store. And we'll continue to build a lot of our great content and work with our partners and internal resources to be able to build that content so that we have the right message at the right time. And that's the other thing we learn a lot here at ECRM also about the industry and what the hot topics are for the pharmacists and the owners, to be able to take that back to our content team and say, we need to develop content around MedSync or whatever those initiatives are. And so that's an important component of what we do here also.
So you've been involved in a lot of the networking functions, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the roundtables.
Absolutely. So it's if you're doing ECRM, you're buying into a 24-hour day operation almost. And I think that's where you get the most value, because the meetings, the engagement doesn't stop at the 20-minute meeting. It's having a cocktail with someone, having dinner with someone, talking with someone at breakfast, riding the bus to the offsite event. And in our business, which when you're selling things that tend to be somewhat of a commodity or you need to have that relationship. People buy from people.
Relationships are important,
And this again is the great format for that. There's 200 people or less here. So you look at some of the larger mega shows, and for us to be able to have a relationship or build a relationship in that 3 to 5 minutes when there's 25,000 people, this just works. It's very, very focused.
And what about the roundtables? That must have been helpful from a learning perspective.
It is. So that's, those are the things that we take back and we learn about the different components. We listen to one about what the pharmacy will look like in the next 20 years. Trends that really don't directly pertain to what we are doing, but we look at, what the pharmacists and what the retail partners are looking at, because our best network experiences are not those off-the-shelf products, as I mentioned. It's when we can take the cues from those retailers and really give them the resources and the tools from a media perspective and a technology perspective. So the roundtables were effective. Very effective.
Glad to hear it. How can our audience learn more about you? What is your website?
Our website is, there's 2 websites to go to. Respario.com, www.respario.com, or phnTV.com to learn more about our pharmacy health network offerings.
Okay, and we'll include those here in the video and in the post.
Great.
All right, thanks for joining us. Glad you had success.
Thanks.
All right.